Daygamers beware. For 2023, there's one trait that guarantees failure. And it's not what you think. It's not a lack of confidence or looks, but something far worse. It's attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. If you have ADHD and don't address it, you're doomed to fail beyond your worst nightmare this year during the inflation. But fear not, because in this video, I'll reveal the secrets to overcoming ADHD and finally getting the Daygame results you've been dreaming of. Like 4 students that got laid this month using my Aeroscience Daygame technology, along with my 582 laid testimonials for Daygame. I can immediately tell who will succeed or who would fail in Daygame this year. If you have ADHD and you don't supplement it, you will fail beyond your worst nightmare. Also, if you don't listen to this video, which I would give you some tips, if you are bored, want to click off in 47 seconds, which is your attention span, you would fail. When I look at my watch time for my videos here for 2023 versus my YouTube live, one has 10 times the amount of watch time. So this video is targeted towards you, a different audience types of sheeps who worships other dating coaches while mass approaching since you can't focus. If so, you're not alone. You could be suffering from ADHD, which means you struggle for Daygame. During the 2023 inflation, ADHD can make it hard for you to focus. And when it comes to Daygame, this can be a major problem. You might find yourself making excuses and stacking 5 excuses in a row during the 2023 inflation. Then, when you hear advice, you don't accept it with your delusional mental filter. Instead, you always delay it, saying you'll do it by tomorrow. In a way, these people are really dumb because they don't have any good inputs. The only input they get is worshiping dating coaches and then accepting the half-truth gaslighting due to ADHD. They don't look at the laid testimonials. It's all the junk other dating coaches are saying, floating around in their mind. Other Daygame coaches post long interview style testimonials. But do you assume they got laid? Or are you too ADHD to double check? Isn't most of them not laid testimonials, but they learned about their sticking points testimonials? Did you know those with sociopath traits, delusions, narcissism are always paired with ADHD? With my Daygame coaching, you can learn different strategies to help you overcome your ADHD and finally get the results you've been looking for. A good tip is my students all take supplementation for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Harness your ADHD hyperfocus and get the results you crave. It's true, people with ADHD can only do the things they enjoy, and trying to level up in Daygame using my Elite 30 or Kaizen program can cause their brain to shut down. But there's hope. When they enjoy something, it's called hyperfocus. So if you're an ADHD zombie who can't seem to finish my same day late training video, Elite 30 from hard case to hero, or watch my YouTube live, you're not alone. With a little bit of focus, you too can get the success you want with my Daygame coaching. Don't be a dumb sheep. Take control of your Daygame life today. One of my best tips, without using supplements, is to try to align Daygame to your values. I make my students write down their top 10 values, so I see if there is a pattern. I pick 1 out of the 10, and that is what they use as motivation to recalibrate their brains to focus again. When they align Daygame with their values, leveling up in Elite 30 or Kaizen, they can finally do it instead of getting bored and having their brain shut down. The problem with all this gamey game stuff is they feel like it's a shortcut. Game is not a shortcut, but the long cut. Game is only worth 2.5 points. By only focusing on game, you aren't focusing on the social skills flow drill or Kaizen, Elite 30 body language, or even the emotional control of the whitewashed tonality. By taking supplements to calm down, to raise the points for emotional control by being more relaxed, that's already 7.5 points. The only game you need is 2023 Aeroscience. You need to know the 4 traits of low self-esteem that are enhanced by ADHD during the 2023 inflation for Daygame. 1, their delusions are double due to incompetence. You know how Daygamers can overestimate their own abilities. Well, with ADHD, these delusions can be 2 times worse. That means twice as much wasted time and energy. 2, they half-ass mass approach. Instead of leveling up their Elite 30, deliberate practice, they just do the bare minimum thinking it's enough. 3, the wrong path, the sociopath. Following the wrong path can cost you precious time. We're talking 4 months of wasted energy here. Don't let that happen to you. 4, they burn out. If you don't take care of yourself, you'll find yourself in a vicious cycle. You'll burn out and not be able to get back to enjoying Daygame. Don't let these 4 traits of low self-esteem enhanced by ADHD during the 2023 inflation for Daygame keep you from getting laid with my Daygame coaching. Most of you can't even view their testimonials properly due to a lack of focus along with delusions. If you did, then you would see most of their students' testimonials aren't even a lay testimonial, but they learned about their sticking points, whatever the fuck that means. Instead, you should take action today and start leveling up your Elite 30 deliberate practice. There are several concepts that are related that is a solution. The first one is called the 80-20 rule. The second one is called deliberate practice. The third is called 10x is easier than 2x. It sounds different, but they are all the same. Let me explain the first one. The 80-20 rule means you only have to focus on the 20%. That gives you 80% of the results. Neuroscience, social calibrations, body language. You need to remove the rest of the unnecessary things like game tactics, but only using the right ones like neuroscience. Flirt when she talks more, tease when she doesn't, but gives you an attitude. What does it mean? 10x is easier than 2x. When you think of game, you are only trying to double it. It means you are trying to adapt to your autism with game tactics. Basically, you need to 10x it with deliberate practice. I've been writing my blog post for a long time, but does my typing ability gets better by typing more? No. You know why? Because of deliberate practice. I have to focus directly on not making mistakes and slowly improve my speed. It's the same for Daygame. The more you do it, this isn't going to 10x it. You need to focus on one thing at a time. One student was so delusional. He kept trying, but he can't see his mistakes until he yelled at his brain to stop being delusional. I want to listen to John's advice, loudly saying, "Shut the fuck up." Then for 20 seconds, he could see his mistakes and say, "What the fuck? Why wasn't it there before?" That is the zombie VR. So if he just worked on his mistakes in his body language, like standing 45 degrees properly, over time, he would 10x his results faster than if he tried to go 2x with mass approaching. That is why the ADHD zombies, half-assing sheeps, are stuck. In the military, you have to drill it down and 10x it. It's not just mass practice. You need deliberate drills. That's why my students gets laid in a shorter time with this 10x is better than 2x concept. Now that you think about it, it almost seems comical to mass approach going direct and have a 3-minute conversation to nowhere trying to use tactics. Number farming, it doesn't work in 2023. Also, the ADHD zombies believe they are saving time in a boot camp. That is their only option. Looking for shortcuts. You would only learn game crutches for their day game boot camps. If they don't have game crutches in their day game courses, then you simply won't get laid. You would just be another ADHD zombie making a video testimonial for other dating coaches that you learned a lot about your sticking points. Then say that if you continue down this path, you would get results soon. The ADHD zombies usually are the broke asses I was talking about for an earlier video for the video on budgeting. The reason they can't save or invest in themselves is because of their ADHD impulses. They spend money like it's going to expire due to a lack of self-control. When I make these videos here, it gets less watch time from the broke zombies. The guys who can watch the YouTube live usually can get laid for Daygame due to their ability to focus. However, zombie sheeps can't budget, make money, or even focus on Daygame. It's game over for the ADHD zombies. Yeah, I got 4 students laid this month alone, and the 5th student is going to be engaged soon. All without a boot camp.